Vacation review. Vacation review. Hey guys, how's it going? It is me, LazyB, and this is a different video. I was on a vacation to Prague, my favorite city in the world so far, of the ones that I visited. All right. I did record a bunch of stuff. We're gonna watch them soonish, but not enough to make a vlog video. So we're gonna have something between my regular ones and a vlog-ish. Welcome to Prague. As tourists know the city, and also as I kinda know the city. Well, maybe a little bit more like this for me, but yeah, like this, because the zoo and stuff. But the city is huge. It's humongous. Obviously, the main area is here. You have the castle district. You have the other castle that nobody is talking about for some reason. And, you know, other cool, interesting stuff. Usually, the first time I have been to the city, I visited it with my parents after I was in the army, and we had a guide. Since then, I think, well, the way he showed us the city, I think is the best way. You go on this funicular up Petrin hill and start from there. You have the best views of the city. You look at everything, you know how everything looks, and you like get a little bit of what you look forward to. You like see what places you're gonna be in soon. A lot of people don't even seem to talk about Petrin for some reason. Why did it stop? Oh yeah, there's another tram coming. Anywho, a tram, a funicular. You go up the hill. There's a tower there that's supposed to be the height of the Eiffel Tower, but that if also you count the hill itself, it'll be the same height. So yeah. Nevertheless, if you go up it, you have even better views than from the hill itself. And from there, you get an easy road to the castle, an easy road to the Royal District, the Malastrana District, and from there, Old Town, everything is pretty much in reach. In case you were wondering, usually most of the hotels will be here or here. Last time, I think our hotel was somewhere here, which is less touristy, but still close to everything, and I really like the location, to be honest. But usually you're here, and you just need to go a little bit over here. This is the tower, obviously. That's the hill. You can kinda see the river, everything. Obviously, if you go up the tower, you can see it even better. From here, this is the main castle, the Prague Castle. There's Charles Bridge, which is very inspirational for games like Bloodborne and other places. But overall, the city is very colorful, but also it can be very medieval and dark. Obviously, we couldn't say no to our favorite food. They have a place called Baguette Boulevard. It's good. It's good. It's great. You can get like this thing. We got it only for nostalgia purposes and trying everything again. There's like 4 types of baguettes with different things, so you can try a bunch of stuff and understand what you like. After that, obviously, we got our favorite. I don't know what its name, but you can see it's the only one that looks like this. Great place. It's fast food. It's cheap-ish. It's cheaper than everything else. It's besides walking. Walking would be more cheaper, and it's like a walk place, and it's also pretty good. Speaking about paddle boats, you can rent a boat like this and you pay hourly. It's pretty cheap. I think like 300 crowns. I think it's like about 300 crowns for an hour. An hour was more than enough for us. If you want something bigger than a paddle boat and you don't want to do the job yourself and also get a very blurry picture of the castle, obviously, here we go, you can get on a boat tour. It's most of them are in about an hour, 2 hours. We did it at nighttime. You can do this at daytime. I feel like for the time we were in, it was like 30 Celsius. Daytime was a bad idea for this one. The paddle boat, you can go under a bridge and like stay in coolish areas, and it's fun at daytime. This one maybe would have been too hot, but overall also pretty good. You go underneath the Charles Bridge, the very medieval one. It is from 1357. That's the year, something like that. I probably have it on screen somewhere. It's an old one. At the start it didn't have all the statues you see, but it was added a little bit later. It's very iconic, like one of the most iconic places in the city, maybe even the most iconic. Then there's a lot of hidden parks like this. There's a lot of like immaculate parks, and they're very pretty, and everything is like designed and looks like it is touristy. Then again, near them you have parks like this, which are still pretty. All the trees like have fruit on them. You have all of those boards in the park. It is more like for local people, but it is still much better than whatever I saw in like other cities. Not in terms of beauty, in terms of like how quiet and relaxing it is. And come on, you have peacocks for freaking walking around the park. And obviously we found the best place with one of the greatest views. It doesn't look like much, but this is Wenceslav Square. Trust me, it's a cool area. This is like all full of hotels and shops if you're into that. Also they had an exhibition with Tim Burton, and you get like to look at people and sit in here. This is the Alchemist Bar. I don't know if it exists for long or not, but in the week we were there, we went here 3 times. Pretty good. Can recommend. This is the best cocktail, by the way. I think it's Starlight or something. We tried a bunch of different ones, but this is by far the best one. The city has everything. Oh, one of my favorite cakes, desserts. I guess it's kind of a cake. Of what we tasted is this one. I don't know why we saw it only in the Cat Cafe, but it is pretty good. The Cat Cafe, by the way, is called like Kočičí Kavárna, which is essentially a cat cafe. This is a Maine Coon for cat lovers, you'll understand. And there's like a bunch of them walking around. There's like a ginger one also, and like different cats overall. Yeah, you can see like a regular ginger one. There's a ginger Maine Coon also in this cafe. I like it. The coffee isn't over the top. I think they're using an espresso machine, which is what I use at home, so it's okay. Yeah, the cake is pretty awesome though. And for cat lovers, I think it is the best one. There's one in the old town. We didn't like that one as much as this one. And yeah, this is the old town. The one in it is somewhere like here, I guess, but this is the best one. This is the better one. It's pretty good. This is the main entrance. There was once a very mustachy dude that just entered the castle from those gates, and the Czechs kind of let him do that. No judging. Probably you didn't have a lot of a choice, but that is a thing that happened, and there's like a picture of him walking through the gate. And for the tourists, this is the main entrance. You go through here and you enter the castle. I'm gonna probably spoil you guys with the entrance, because this is like the best thing. You do not enter the castle from any other location. Well, you can castle. We entered from here. You can enter from here. The whole point is you go through this place, through this passage. Do not go from beneath, you won't have the same effect. Because if you go from here, you get this. You're just walking through a tunnel, everything is fine. The castle itself is pretty modern-ish, so it doesn't have like any medieval bastions or nothing. It's not defensive anymore, but you have this freaking view. Obviously, churches, Europe. I wouldn't say that I'm religious or anything, but you have to admit that especially the Gothic churches have like this big menacing look for them, just in awe. It just leaves you in awe. And we decided to do this tower. If you have problems with your knees, or it is hard for you to breathe in semi-confined spaces, do not do it. I wouldn't recommend. But overall, when we got up, we really enjoyed it. This is like a huge bell tower. Look at the how big people, how small people are compared to the tower. And this even doesn't really give it justice, because it's huge. And you go through a small spiral staircase in one of like the corners of it. I think like the inner corner from this side. And this is the same staircase for people that are going up and for the people that are going down, which is something, I guess. But overall, the view is amazing from up there. It's pretty cool castle. Also, their president is working. His like place of work, sitting place, is inside the castle somewhere. But I don't feel like people are interested in that more than they are interested in the castle itself and the huge cathedral in the middle of it. Also, there's like a Golden Isle district thingy, which has a lot of small houses. I decided to not show you everything. I'll show you a little bit of sneak bits here and there, because I want to put it at the end of the video. This is like the upper part of the alley. There's also a lower part with a bunch of small houses. You can enter the place and also enter the castle. The alley is for people with tickets, but if you want to go there without paying money, you can do this at night, but all the small buildings will be closed. You can just walk around the alley. You cannot go up here. You cannot go in the buildings. And you can like walk around the castle itself. You won't be able to enter the church. You won't be able to enter nothing. But it is worth it to visit at nighttime. It's pretty quiet compared to how many people are there, and it's like a different atmosphere. So Old Town Square, again you have this church, which also people don't, I guess some of the people don't know. It is free to enter. You can enter it through this alley over here. You go inside. There's specific days that it works, specific days that it doesn't, but you can enter it from here. But we're not here for that. We're here for the astronomical clock. Again, this is church, this is clock. You have like a big square in here, but we are talking about the clock. This one. You can go on a tour guide underneath this place. This was once like the sitting place of the municipalities, the people that were in charge of the city. And it's not anymore. Essentially, it was occupied by Nazis, a part of it was burned down, and well, they kind of burned down with a bunch of important documents, which had a lot of information about the older places. aka there's like lower like buildings underneath this building, underneath the ground, older medieval like floors that are still preserved, some of them, but they don't really know what were they used for or what was inside of them, because the documents were burned away. Unfortunately, it exists. Some of them are not really, there's no knowledge about them, but the Astronomical Tower is a very old clock. The Astronomical clock is a very old clock. It has like some figures that are moving up here. You can kind of see them in this video. It's like they're just spinning around every like hour, half an hour. Also, if you want to go up the tower, this is the way to go up. You also can have a lift. We could use the lift, but we decided to do it on foot. And after going up this excursionary staircase, which the staircase to the tower, the clock tower in the castle, is harder than this one, much harder. Again, as I say, it goes in a spiral, a pretty steep spiral, and there's no place like in this one where you can like really let people move. It's a little bit, I guess it's like 1.5 the size of this one, and here you have a freaking you have freaking lights that show you when you can move and when you cannot, because maybe somebody's going down. Yeah, imagine something a little bit bigger than this, but goes all the way up the tower, and made of stone, without really any windows. That's what you're getting into in the previous tower. This one though, the Astronomical Tower, when you reach the upper part of it, you get lots of pretty good views. This is a very expensive cafe that has this place where you can take selfies. Most of the people on Instagram go into this cafe only for this specific triangle place to get a selfie in front of the church, the beautiful church in the Old Town Square, and they pay like 20 times the price for a freaking cup of coffee, so they just can make a picture from here, instead of like paying for a ticket to go up the Astronomical Clock Tower and get much better views. And by much better views, Petrin Tower, Castle, Prague Castle, the bridge somewhere here. Everything is visible from this place. Castellino, and by this view, I mean this view, but much further away from you. This is like much closer to the church and the main attractions, and the crane over here, because that's beautiful. And I think I'll leave it here. I will probably make another one. I still have places around Prague that are very worth visiting, and I'll probably add the botanical garden to that because I do not have enough footage to put in that video. Anyway, if you like this one, guys, please like, write something in the comments down below. I am cringing every time that I do record something in public, so it will take time for me to get to a more normal version of a vlog, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I just don't want to be that obnoxious YouTuber slash vlogger that walks around with his camera and talks around, not letting people walk around him normally, shoving his camera in people's faces. I don't want to do that. I prefer doing something like this, but we really had so much fun in the vacation. There's lots of things that I completely forgot to record. If you visit the city, now you know what places are good. Let me, for the people that are still here, let me share with you some places that we really liked. You can see the hearts, starting with whatever this is. Oh, the best hamburger in the city. It is 4.9 on Google. We love this place. We were there 2 times. We're still thinking about the freaking hamburgers. It's a pretty small one. The entrance to the place looks like an abandoned house. It's like maybe half a meter in and then half a meter to the side. So it's like going inside and moving right a little bit. But this is essentially the size of the place. It's not huge, but it is so freaking good. It's so good. Then again, Wenceslav Square, shops, everything. This is at Christmas. This is a big museum, which may take a bunch of hours. We did it kind of quickly, but if you want to, you can even probably get half a day of fun in this one, because there are also other buildings that are connected to this one, and it is a huge museum, their national museum. But we saved it for the square, not for the museum, to be honest. Then, oh, the Alchemist Bar. This is it, but they work at night only. So imagine this, but dark. There's not a lot of light. This is probably all the light you get, and some candles on the tables. And you get windows to the outer place, to the square, looking at the huge cool square, at people going around. It's a pretty good place for a bar. Then not far away from it you have the Havelska marketplace. The chocolates, don't buy them. It's I think Turkish chocolates. And there are some stuff that are pretty expensive there. But you can, like, if you're coming from a place like where I live right now, you don't have a lot of berries. Some berries you don't have at all. Maybe in frozen form. You can buy them here, you can taste them. There's also honey wine, pretty good. We had to fight some bees for it, but it was pretty tasty and fun. And it's just a small market. There are other places that are much cheaper, but this is in the Old Town Square-ish area. Just don't go for like the blatantly touristy stuff. Okay? Alright. Then Palladium is their shopping mall. It's like 3-4 floors. It's pretty good. We like to hang around there like sometimes at the evenings, but for shopping the Wenceslav Square would be much better. What is this? Oh, the Cat Cafe. Cannot recommend more. This one I can remove the heart. I put the heart so I can just take a picture with this manticore-ish creature. It is their national line with 2 tails, but it also has wings because this is a memorial for aviation for pilots. I'm not gonna say anything because I'm not really sure, but it is very the statue isn't huge, but it is very like visually striking. Then this is a very good museum, and I wouldn't spoil too much. You can go in and look at it. It's pretty interesting, but I have it saved because Linkin Park from the inside was filmed in front of it, and in other places also, but in front of this building. And well, a group that's very near to my heart, and this building is also near to my heart because of that. Obviously. Simple, obvious. Then we're moving closer to the Castle district. This is Letna Park. It's a pretty huge park. We were on the Harvest Festival. We came there around that time. This was once a Stalin statue. They changed it to this pendulum. When we were there, it wasn't really moving, and it's a place for teenagers to go around and hang out. I guess it's cool. I don't really get it, but I guess it's cool. And yeah, it is okay. Some of those places have nothing to do with the park. It is a huge park. Some of the places you see is like the view from the park. There's no really big picture of the park itself. There's a pond in it. It's not small. Okay, there's apparently also some kind of a place underneath the pendulum. Didn't know about that. Yeah, this may show you like a part of the park. If you like parks, this is a great one, a big one. Also, there's a big parking lot near it, which is sometimes used for festivals. Then there's this place. We went to it for those croissants. The pistachio ones, they're amazing. We tried some other ones, they're also good, but nothing as good as the pistachios. This is pretty good also. Otherwise, it's a cafe shop. Japanese shop. You can kind of understand what's in there. And then there's this restaurant. It is very, very, very Japanese. I think Japan's prime minister or somebody like that, when he goes to Prague, this is his favorite restaurant because he feels at home in this place, and that kind of made me think maybe we should also visit it, and I'm glad we did. I have never been to Japan, but this seems for me like the closest thing that I have ever been to, the closest thing to Japan. And the food is great. This is the first time we tried ramen, okonomiyaki, and some other stuff. Gyoza we did try before, and sushi and stuff like that, but you know, it has a lot of diversity in terms of Japanese food. So yeah, this is a little bit of a bonus. See you guys on the next one. Arrivederci. And yeah, we'll have another one about the places around Prague. Subscribe if you don't want to miss that. Hopefully this video will be shortish and entertaining.